What's up, Wayne Barron here with ArtFX.net, and we are inside of Photoshop, and we're going to be doing some abstract art today. And most of the lessons that I've seen that use this method, they always have, at least in the lessons. Now, it just could be that they're only doing it in the lessons. At least I hope that that's the only reason why they're doing it. I hope they don't do it in their real life project, especially whenever they have business clients. But they always have everything done on on two layers. They have the single layer for all their shapes, so they have every one of their shapes sitting on one layer. Then they have all of the colors sitting on one layer. And so to me, that's just not the proper way to do this. So if you've got a client, and let's say that your client does not like this green right here, and they want you to go in and change that green to a red. Well, if you've got all of your colors sitting on one layer, then it's going to be really hard for you to change that color. And so anyway, this is how we're going to do it. Create a new composition, and this one right here is going to be 800 by 600. Over here to our bucket, we're going to change this to black. Click here, and then everything else is going to be white. And so the first thing we want to do is that we want to come over here and name this background, and then we're going to come over here and get a new layer. This one right here is going to be design 1, and then one more layer. This one is going to be design 1 color. So we're going to choose our design 1. We'll come over here to our brush tool, select it, and then you can right click here, and it gives you the ability to choose a brush. Well, I don't see anything here that I want to use for this lesson, so I'm going to come right here, and then I'm going to drop down, and I'm going to choose load brushes. And these right here are brushes that I downloaded. They're free. I will provide the link in the description so you can get them, but the one that we're going to use is Inner Universe Brushes. We're going to choose it, and we're going to come down, and we're going to choose this 635 right here. We're going to drop this down to 400. Then we're going to put this right here. Okay, so that right there is our first brush. And whenever you unclick its eye, it hides the brush. Okay, and see, that's what we want to do. We want to be able to hide these layers so that you do not see them. Okay, so now what we want to do is that we want to create a new brush out of this one right here. Okay, so now what we want to do is make sure that the design 1, let's go ahead and change this to 2, and then let's come over here to edit, free transform, and then we want to move this over to there, here. Okay, and then that right there, it will automatically snap to the side, so you can feel it in the mouse as you're dragging it. It will snap to the side. So come over here and choose apply. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create another one of these. Drag it down. Oops, let's try that again. Drag that up and name this one 2. You don't have to do it like that. You can create each layer and name it as you go. So let's go ahead and hide them 2, and then choose design 1 color. Come over here, and let's drag this down to a green. Click. Come over here to your brush. Right click, and let's come up to the top. Choose the very first one. That looks good. After you choose the very first one, let's come over here to our design 1 color, and then drop this down to overlay. You can also do the same thing to this one to go ahead and get it ready as overlay. Click back here on design 1 color, and then paint. Okay, so that right there is our first one. So then we hide these 2, and then we choose this one, and then we come over here, and then we bring this up to a blue, a lighter blue, and then we select our design 2 color, and then we paint. Then we come over here, and then we select both of them. So now we've got a green and a blue right here. So let's say that we go in and we show this to our client. Client's like, oh, I love it, but I don't like this green right here. Can we do something to the green? So you say, okay, we solo we bring up in our green again. So let's say that he wants to add in something else to our green. He wants maybe a red. So let's come over here and we'll choose a not quite as dark, more like an orange. Over here, choose our brush. Let's say that he wants to add in some orange just in certain areas. So let's come over here and let's add in some oranges to our tips. Then when we bring it up, we've got some hot tips on there. So let's say that he also wants it on the blue as well. And we come up here to our design, and then we add some hot tips to our blue. And there you go. So then we choose them two, and now we got hot tips sitting on our blue and our green. So I mean, there's all sorts of ways that you can do this to really make it stand out and really make it cool. And always keep your layers for your shapes separate from your other shapes, and your color layers separate from your other colors. And always make sure that they are together. And so the best way to do that is to add them to a folder. So you drag it down here, you put it inside of a folder, and then that's group 1. Then you grab a hold of this one, and then you drag it into a folder that's group 2. Drag it down here. There it goes. It's going to change your colors. Always make sure that you keep them in order. So your group 1 is always going to be at the bottom. You always want to put them the way that you do them as you go, and so that everything flows together. So okay, this is Wayne Barron here with darkeffects.net. Y'all have a rocking rest of the weekend. Bye bye.